what we're going to do is we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to revisit an old video of mine. One that I think I could do a lot better at. So, what I'm going to end up doing is letting a very special person past me introduce new me. So, with that said, take it away, past me. Hey guys, what's going on? And as always, my name is Mr. Shank, and in today's video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a review and an unboxing of the GoPRO Hero 5 session. So, with that said, let's get into the video. As promised, here is the GoPRO Hero 5 session. Now, it comes in a cool little case. You get a see-through top to it, so you got to kind of see what you're actually getting in this thing. Now, this shoots in 4K resolution, which is the highest resolution that we have to date. But wait, hold on, Mr. Shank. Wait a minute. Doesn't it shoot in more than just 4K resolution? The GoPRO Hero 5 session has a bunch more resolutions. Maybe before we start moving on, maybe we just take a second and look at the other different resolutions that the GoPRO Hero 5 session offers. I think that would probably be the most appropriate. Alright guys, so here we are. We're in the GoPRO Hero 5 session application. So, as you guys can see down here at the right hand side, there's a little sprocket. You're going to press on that, and then it brings up a whole category of things that the GoPRO Hero 5 session offers. Now up here towards the left side of your screen, you're going to see resolution at 720. Press on resolution and boom, look at this. You get 720, you get 960, you get 1080p, 1440, so on and so forth. So, just like I said, it offers more resolution than just the 4K. So I'm going to give you a little example of each one of these, just so you guys can experience each of the resolutions. So, let's keep moving. Alright guys, so just as I told you, this is the 720. We're shooting in 1/20th frames per second. So, let's keep going. Alright guys, so here is the 960. We're shooting at 100 frames per second. So, we still got some more. Alright guys, and we're here at my personal preference, which is the 1080p at 90 frames per second. Now, in a lot of videos, if I shoot it in like the 1080p, plus I try to do either 90 or 120 frames per second. So let's keep moving on. Alright guys, so here we are. We're finally at 1440 with 60 frames per second. And you might be wondering, what the hell is that? Well, you know what that is? It's not a glass of water. I like to drink my coffee in a big red cup. Delicious. Alright guys, so here we are. We're at 2.7K at 4/3 30 frames per second. And as you guys can tell, it seems that the whole outline of the screen changes as we go up through the resolutions. So we got 2 more left to go. Then, at the very last, we're going to get at the granddaddy of all resolutions. So, let's move forwards. Alright guys, so as you notice, we're at 2.7K. Now this is the normal resolution. Let's move on. Alright guys, so just as I had promised, here we are. We're at the 4K resolution. Now as you guys may be able to tell, the clarity is amazing. And just like I had said in the previous video, that this is the highest resolution that we have to date. So, with that said, let's move on with the main video and see how all this plays out. It's also waterproof, and that's right out of the case. And remember how I said it was waterproof right out of the box? Well, there you guys go. Just like I told you, it's waterproof right out of the box, and now you know. There. The American Freedom, the vehicle. Now, one of the other things that I think is great about the GoPRO Hero 5 is that you can go out for an adventure. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean you have to go out in the woods all the time. Sometimes, if you do your own vehicle, you can have the freedom of the road, where you can experience the local beauty of your environment. So, what I think we ought to do is we ought to definitely take a little road trip. So let's get my truck fired up, let's head down the road, and let's check out some of the scenery around here. Ooh.
Got some of that classic muscle too. And got the AC because it's freaking hot in here. So guys, what we're going to do is we're going to head out to the first location where it kind of showcases the versatility of going out and taking a look at the world around you. The beauty, the tranquility, the majestic nature of things that are just around you that you can utilize your GoPro Hero 5 session to take in to show your friends, your family. So we're on our way to the next trip. Just as I promised, here we are on location in one of the most scenic areas that we have around here, and this is the iconic China Lake. Now, I just want you guys to take a look and just look at this beautiful day along with this beautiful scenery. So as you guys notice, that you guys can see the whole place is alive. There's people running around everywhere. They're boating, they're swimming, they're fishing, all kinds of activities. And this is just one of the wonderful things that the GoPro Hero 5 session can actually capture. Is one of these iconic days where you've got nothing but water, sun, beautiful weather, warm temperatures, and a lot of people to enjoy it. Alright, well, there we go. That was the first location, and you guys could see that the GoPro Hero 5 session could capture the entire thing. In its wide view, it could capture the entire lake along with all of its beauty in one shot. Always obey the law by buckling up. Really hear those ponies galloping.
Let's crack open the box. Crack open the box and see what you get. The first thing we're gonna get is we're gonna get a warranty. The second thing is you're gonna end up having a product and safety manual. That's actually pretty crucial because you want to know how to make sure that you can maintenance it and keep it in good running order, and obviously don't break it. As we open this part of it up, we got a charging cable, which is actually pretty good, and we'll touch base on that in just a second. Yep, that's it. Okay. So the other thing that's pretty cool about this is that it's voice activated. You have voice controls. You can basically tell it to record, to do time lapse, to take pictures, and that's absolutely right, Pat Steve. You certainly do have voice commands. So I think what we ought to do is a little bit more of an in-depth look on the GoPro Hero 5 session's actual voice commands. Okay guys, so just like I said, what we're going to do is we're going to dive into some of the voice commands for the GoPro Hero 5 session. So, on the back, you're going to have a selector switch. Now you're going to go down, you're going to press that selector switch, which is going to activate the screen up above. So you're going to have a display screen. Now on that display screen, you're going to be able to see a video camera, a picture camera, all this stuff over to the left side of the screen. And usually that will indicate what resolution and what screen ratio that you're in. Getting back to the actual topic. Now, to use your voice commands, all you have to do is say GoPro video mode. And as you can see right there, the video camera comes up and it's getting ready to start filming when you say GoPro start filming. So as you guys can see right here I am. I'm in 1080p at 60 frames per second, and it was all started with the GoPro Hero 5 Sessions voice commands. So if you guys want to get it to stop filming, all you have to do is say GoPro stop filming. And just like that, it stops filming, and then you can move on to greater, bigger, other things. So I think the next thing that we ought to look into is the camera mode. All you have to do is say GoPro picture mode. And just like that, it will turn itself right to camera mode. Now all you have to do is say GoPro take picture. And there you go, just like that. Alright, so now let's say you wanted to use your GoPro Hero 5 session for a time lapse. All you have to do is say GoPro time lapse. And just like that, you should see a little time lapse icon come up onto that display screen. Alright guys, so I think probably what would be the best is if we demonstrated a little bit of that time lapse. So, follow me and we're going to do a little bit of time lapse. On location doing a little segment of more of that time lapse. Right now I've got you guys hooked to the side-by-side, which I did time lapse on, kind of pressure washing it. I thought, it's a little demonstration, should be fine. But if you guys can see behind me, as you see here, I've got a giant wood pile, and I burn wood for the winter. So what I thought would be awesome is if I did like a little segment where I was doing time lapse by cutting wood and using, hang on, the Husqvarna 555 chainsaw. Now you guys have seen the video that I had done before, which you can look right up here, and then you guys can check that out. Now, if you want to, you guys can also check out the video that was previously made about the GoPro Hero 5 session. And this one here, I said to myself, the video was great, but the first video was like an instruction manual. It was just, didn't really have a whole lot of life and soul to it. It just had narration, and I just wanted more entertainment out of it. So the whole purpose of going back and redoing the video is to add more life, more character, more entertainment, more soul into the video, as much as I can get out as of right now. So what we ought to do is I'm going to go back to doing some more time-lapse video. Alright guys, so one of the other big things that we need to talk about is we're going to have to talk about this little side trap door right here. Underneath this little trap door, if you click this little switch over, pop, just like that. Underneath this little trap door, you're going to see that you're going to have this slot for the micro SD card along with your charging slot. Now, if you look at the door itself, you're going to see that there's this little gray rubber gasket. Now, that's what makes the GoPro Hero 5 session watertight as far as that goes. So you want to make sure that you click it very, very good. Otherwise, it's just going to get waterlogged and ruin it. So let's just do it one more time. Move that little switch, open up the trap door, boom. Close it tight, you hear that click, and there you go.
guys, hopefully you guys really enjoyed this video. If you had, make sure you guys go down and hit that like button. Also hit the subscribe button so you guys can keep up to a lot of my newer videos coming out. I really had just a fantastic time revisiting the older video and trying to make it a little bit more interesting, a little bit more entertaining. So if you guys really think that it was, make sure you guys leave it down in the comments if you thought it was a little bit better or a lot better than my older video, which you can check out over here if you'd like to see the original video. If not, then if you guys are interested in other videos that I had made, you can check it out over here at this icon. So, with that said, I hope you guys have a great day. Make sure you guys take care of yourselves and one another. And as always, I'll see you in the next video. I'm out.